Alright guys, welcome back to the first, not welcome back, but the first ever Back to Reality podcast with me, Bolt the Mighty, Owen.
RedDeath 101.
And Wormwood Place.
And first of all, what do you guys want to say?
I'd like to say that was a very nice professional intro. I
feel like it wasn't.
I feel like we're stepping up, guys. We're on the
Yeah,
up.
we're not.
We're on the up.
Listen, our stocks are going up. We're doing pretty good here.
Stocks and bonds. Do you guys want to talk about that? Yeah.
Fuck that.
I feel
Shut
like that's good. Anyway, I don't know. I just thought of a game I've been playing. I started playing Skyrim recently, and it was kind of weird because I played it. Whenever I play games, I'll play it for a long time. Like I did the same thing with Stalker Call of Pripyat. Still don't know how to pronounce it. And Pripyat Dick. Yeah. And I played it for a while, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. This is my favorite game ever. And then like a couple of weeks later, maybe or like a month later, I'm like, yeah, I'm never playing this ever again. And I did the same thing with Skyrim, where I played it so often. I'm like, yeah, I'm never playing this ever again. It's boring now. And I don't know. It's just weird. Sometimes I feel like disappointed that I do that. That I'm just like, I never play a game long enough that I'm like gonna get to like level 100 or something in the game. I'm never gonna get to max level or whatever. Or like in any game, just in general, I'll never probably get to max level in anything because I'll get bored of it before that happens. I don't know. I've been doing stuff that I haven't been doing. I've never done before in the game, and I'm worried that the same exact thing's gonna happen.
Yeah, it always
like,
happens.
Man, this is such a great game. It's gonna be so awesome. And then a week later, I'm like, yeah, guys, I hate it.
I mean, that's just the way it works. Honestly, that's just like you kind of like your interests. Yeah, the way the cookie crumbles, your interests just kind of shift. Honestly, like
more like my interests are kind of shit. Am I right, guys?
lol. I clipped my mic. Fuck. All right. Yeah. Like I've been playing a lot of Minecraft recently, but like I'm not really in love with it. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
It's become more of a time waster for me. Like, I don't know what to do, so
that's the thing.
Jump to Minecraft.
That's the thing. It's not like I play it now because I know what to do, and I've been starting to get inspiration for things. And then if I don't know what to do, I just do the mindless CS:GO stuff, like just shooting people.
Which isn't that mindless because you just yell at
Well,
someone.
no. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, I guess like it's not mindless in that sense, but it's like it doesn't require creativity.
Yeah, it's a linear kind of.
Somewhat, yeah.
That's why I mean, like, there's people who do this. Obviously, you can see it on YouTube. There's people who will be like, who will go into Minecraft and have like a massive world, or be like, I'm gonna make a mega build.
Right.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
stop playing until I make a mega.
Yeah, and then they do it. They do the crazy stuff. They build the giantest penis.
Good one. Good joke. really good one. I'll applaud. I'll applaud, but I would clip my mic. So I'm doing this for you.
People who go into a game with expectations, I feel, will get burnt out of the game easier than the people who have no expectations
Speaking
whatsoever.
of burnt, transition to our next Firewatch, guys. Let's talk about Firewatch.
That was really good.
Nice job. High five.
Oh shit.
No. Okay. Wait. Yeah, I feel like a lot of times when people, and I guess you could stretch this to Firewatch, when you think of a game and you think of what you want to play, or you want this game to be, you're like, I want this game to be this. I'm so glad the developer finally made this game. And I've seen a lot of that, but people are like, I wish developers made these games. Developers don't, what's it called? No AAA games are good because no one makes this kind of game anymore. It's like, okay, well, can't you just play the? I mean, and yeah, I get if you can't enjoy the kind of games that are popular, but there's a lot of situations when I think you could just play the games and say, oh, this is a fun game. I didn't think that I would want something that's not exactly what I wanted, but this is a fun game. I don't have to. It doesn't have to be exactly what I want.
For me,
like with like fucking Undertale. I don't know if that's outdated at this point, but it's like people didn't like it because, or at least sorry, at first I didn't like it because I was like, I knew exactly what I wanted. I'm like, yes, this is gonna be such a good game. I want to do this in there. It's gonna be so good, and it wasn't what I wanted.
Oh, you played Undertale?
It wasn't the.
Was that? You played Undertale?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Really?
Not a ton, though. Yeah. Anyway, And it wasn't what I wanted. At first, I was like, oh, it's just a clone of Mother. It's just the same game. But then I'm like, yeah, it's a clone of Mother. It's pretty good. It's not that bad. So the fact that I didn't have any expectations, I just kind of played it. It was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I don't really play enough games to honestly have that effect. Like,
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. Like, the newest game, I guess the newest game I've played was like, I guess Duck Game, but fucking that doesn't count.
Wow.
But
yeah.
I came into that, I guess thinking it was like fucking what, Super Smash, and it kind of was, so I didn't really care. And then CS was probably the next newest game, and CS was like, okay, this is gonna be like a harder version of COD, and I was obviously very surprised. It was a lot harder than COD. It had nothing to do with COD at all. COD and CS, the only similarities between them is that the fact that you shoot people. So.
800 hours later, you realize.
Yeah, no, 970, Rebeb.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
That's the thing I was going to bring up. You stuck with CS:GO, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that's why it's different from your other example, because you stuck with it.
Yeah.
So if you went in saying, oh, it's like a harder CS:GO, it's not. If you were like, oh, it's not, I wanted
COD,
I wanted a harder Call of Duty, but it's not that. Then and you're like, I'm going to stop playing. It would have not been fun. You would have had all the 900 hours plus of pure fun, because that's what CS:GO is. It's so much
honestly,
fun.
nothing more relaxing. Fuck me.
Oh wow. It's not true.
I know that that's kind of like a joke. I don't know. I'm first of all very bad at CS:GO.
So am I.
B, I'm not. I don't play it competitively. I don't play online competitive at all. It's mostly like Owen does this. I don't know if Robbie does. Owen plays the online competitive
On MG2, add me on Steam at bulletthemoney.com.
Hey, Owen, what's your Steam level, man?
Steam level 14, not a big deal.
Wow,
I got the red circle.
That's really impressive, man. That's really
Couple
good.
trading cards, you know. Anyway, continue.
No, it was like
I play competitively. Yeah, what else?
Yeah, okay. I don't play like that, so I don't really like get the thing where people say, what's it called? The joke that a lot of people make where it's like, I just said. Anyway, the joke that a lot of people make where it's like, I just can't think of what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm doing. I'm floundering so I can like
Try to
get
remember.
it.
All right, so hold up a second.
Move on.
Move on.
Cream pie.
CS. I feel like CS was a brilliantly made game though, because I got addicted to it for like the first 50 hours. I have only like 70 hours on. For like the first 50 hours, I got all in 1 week, and in that time, I spent like $30 on skins. And they've made the game in such a way where you always, even if you hate the game, you're like, oh, but there's collectibles. I'll take those. And so
yeah.
Even if I don't like enjoy the game, I'm still like, well, that skin, that's a pretty sweet skin.
You know, I had the same thing. With my favorite game of all time, Putt Putt Wild's Adventures Jungle. But when I got all the skins for Putt Putt, I was so hooked on Putt Putt.
Such a good game. It's such a good.
And after that, Backyard Baseball. Backyard Baseball was.
I fucking played those games. Okay.
Wait. What your story? All right.
ahead.
So little Owen, right? You know, 6 years old, 7 years old, went to the library. All right, and there was a video game section at the library for some reason where you could check out video games. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
all the backyard games, backyard baseball, backyard skateboarding, which was the best by the way, backyard hockey, backyard football. Checked them all out. My dad burned them to CD or DVD, or what do we call them? I guess CDs maybe. Burned them to CDs, and then we returned them, and I had the games forever, and I loved them. I played them for like a year, and I collected all the skins, and I became Gaben. So anyway,
good story. That was a really nice story. I had a fun time. 10 out of 10. I played those games. I don't like sports games. I thought those were pretty good. They're pretty good. I had this same like thing where in the not this library but the library a town over, I would go to that library because I did Lego robotics, the Lego
shit,
NXT
dude.
stuff.
I bought that.
Or not NXT, that's the other one. The fucking Technic stuff.
Yeah.
I did that, and then it was like, I looked at the video game shelf, and this was back when I had an original Xbox, and there was an Over the Hedge game.
Oh,
you know what? Maybe
that's a deal breaker.
I think. You know what? I'm actually gonna Google it. because I'm not sure if it was for 360.
Well, honestly, Over the Hedge was probably the best movie of all time. I've seen it probably every single time.
You know what? I actually watched it recently. I thought it was
I
a pretty
watch it
good movie.
100% of the time that I watched it. It was pretty great. I watched.
Out of the times I watched it, guys, I watched it. I can tell you.
And okay, so every time we went to visit, I have relatives, like half my family lives in Ireland, right? Every time I went to Ireland as a kid, my dad would bring one of those DVD. This is all these stories about my freaking dad, dude. We have a DVD player, and there's just two movies that I brought and I always watch: Over the Hedge and Finding Nemo, dude. I can recite you every line of both those movies. All right.
I remember we used to bring our portable DVD player and long car rides, and every time me and my sister would just watch Backyardigans.
This is your friends at the backyard.
Mind you, this was me at like 10 years old. I would be watching Backyardigans in like 6-hour car rides, laughing my ass off. Yeah.
Fourth grader Bev watching Backyardigans, and he's a stud. He's single, ladies.
You know what?
If you're looking for me on Tinder, you can.
At Rebev101.
Yeah, the thing I kind of miss about being that young age is, I think I brought this up a while ago. I think you guys were like, no, you're fucking stupid. What the fuck are you talking about?
Probably.
But back when I was younger, I didn't really have a concept of what good or what bad was.
Oh,
I thought
you were a demon child.
If they made a, what did you say?
Oh, that's right, you were a demon child.
Yeah, I loved Demon Souls as a child. I beat it when I was 5. So the fact that you died in the first boss, you're fucking stupid, man. Get good at Demon Souls. No, I didn't know it was good and was bad. So it was like Over the Hedge for the Xbox. That's amazing. It's such a fun game. And when it was like, there's no way to beat this part in this game, it was like, oh, I'm probably just not that good at the game. It's so fun. I mean, if they made a game for the Xbox, it has to be good.
Yeah.
They wouldn't make a bad game for the Xbox.
Yeah, you said that.
The same thing with, and there was this Wii game. I don't remember what it's called, but I might still have it. I might have sold it to GameStop. I can't remember. But it was a
dude, GameStop buys games from you. That's sick.
It was a Wii game and this is gonna sound like a joke, because this is the kind of thing that people make jokes about when they say bad video games.
Is this the thing? Is this the thing I'm thinking of? Did you tell the story?
It was a Wii game which was a timed escort mission that uses motion controls. The entire game was a series of timed escort missions, and that sounds like the kind of thing you're like, what's the worst game ever? Oh, it would be a timed escort mission, and you have to use motion controls. That's what this game was. And when I couldn't beat it because of the motion controls, I'm like, man, this game is really difficult. Wow, golly, it's a hard game. It wasn't like, this game's fucking stupid. I don't know why I want to play this game. And it was weird. I didn't get the concept of a bad game. And I kind of miss that. I miss being able to pop in the Over the Hedge Xbox, official license Over the Hedge Xbox game into the old Xbox and be like, yeah, this is so great. Wow, I love this. Or like, my favorite game when I was really little was the Wallace and Gromit game for the original Xbox. It was fucking amazing. It was so much fun. Me and my brother used to have so much fun just walking around. And because the Wallace and Gromit are like exterminators, all we would do is just fucking walk around the town and collect all the rabbits in the entire town into like one field. And that was it. And it was fucking so much fun, and we never actually played the game, but it was so fun. And I miss, now that I play the game, and I'm like, yeah, this game's bad. I don't like the graphics on this game. They're not good. I miss that. I miss just being able to be like, yeah, this game is fun. I like it.
Yeah.
And the reason this will show you how much I like the game. The reason I thought of it is because as soon as you said collectible hats, the first thing I thought of was there's collectible hats in Over the Hedge.
Oh my god.
You could get I think it was 15 collectible hats in the Over the Hedge game that you could put on your turtle and your raccoon, and it was fucking awesome.
And you would get names, 3 RJ and oh fuck, I can't remember.
Say their names.
You're like, no, you idiot! You don't know the names of the Over the Hedge characters. You fucking dumbass.
I had the same thing with this game. So what happened is that you know how you're talking about innocence, right? I'm not looking at the mic. I'm sorry. Innocence and judging the game. Well, I was playing my favorite game, right?
What's that?
It was Howie Mandel's Deal or No Deal, you know?
Good game, good game.
For the Wii, you know? And that was my shit.
Oh, I've had.
Is that the joke?
Yeah, no, it's not a joke. It's a real fact.
I've had my fair share of really, really bad Wii games. I still do have a Wii game where all you do is solve Rubik's cubes.
Wait, do we all of us have a Wii? Like, is this confirmed?
I still have a Wii.
The fucking Wii
haven't
was super
used it.
popular.
Yeah, no, we all had a
Dude.
Wii. So, like, all of us had those shitty Wii games that were, like, not mainstream at all. Because Nintendo just pumped out games. You went to the store and half the games there you didn't recognize because they never advertised for it. I had, like, Cabela's Survival, like, by the Cabela store. Like, and it was just shooting deer. So, like, what?
I had an Iron Chef Wii game that was.
Oh,
the
that's
Iron
amazing.
Chef
Oh my
thing.
Iron Chef.
Yeah, and it had like really bad models of like Mario Batali. And
Was
stuff.
Bobby Flay there?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he was on the cover. Yeah, I think he had like a bunch. No, hang on. I'm gonna look this up because I don't want to misinform people about the Iron
Yeah,
Chef.
because
Wii
everyone,
game.
it's so relevant and everyone still cares, you know?
It was pretty much just Cooking Mama. No, it was Mario Batali that had the sausages around his neck.
The fuck?
It was Iron Chef America, and it had really bad models of all the people. And yeah, like I had a DS game that was like, it was like
over the hedge.
it was literally an I Spy game, and I'm like, man, I
had
don't
that
want.
one.
I didn't understand the concept that games could be bad, so I would look through my DS thing, my DS like case. I would look at that, and I'd feel guilty that I never played it. But anytime I played it, I would not have fun. And I didn't get that the reason I wasn't having fun was that the game was bad. So I was like, why am I not having fun with this game? It's gotta be so much fun. Oh, I don't know.
There's exceptions. There's honestly exceptions. Like, for instance, I played a lot of Majora's Mask over the summer. And it wasn't, like, it's a very difficult game. Like, it's very surprising how between the 90s and, like, 10s, like, how, well, what do we call this? What do you call this fucking decade?
21st century.
This decade? No, remember. The teens. The
Yeah,
teens.
I got what you mean by the
Yeah,
teens.
The
I got what you
teens.
mean by
The
the
teens. Okay.
teens.
Between, yeah, in this, like, 20 years, like, games have just gotten so much easier, right? Like, if Ocarina of Time, I played so much of it, and I was like, I honestly had to look up so many tutorials on how to beat certain levels and how to solve certain puzzles, because it was just so, like, it wasn't fun after, like, the third, like, there's, like, different things, like, if you played Majora's Mask, you know what I mean? There's, like, there's, like, 4 different stages to the game. After the second stage, I start the third one, and I'm already getting lost, and I'm like, I don't have to look up a tutorial, I'm done. And I stop playing the game, and I'm like, it's not like it's a bad game, it's one of the best grossing games of all time, but I didn't like it. So it's not like, if you don't like it, it's not
It's a fact.
It's a fact. Dirty Gear doesn't work as good as Clean Gear.
I know what you mean. There's a lot of games that I'm not sure if the reason I thought a lot of old games was hard was because they were hard or because I was awful at them. Because I remember there was a race. I remember there was a racing game also that I had for the old Xbox. That was literally one of those like arcade style snowmobile games that you sit down on a snowmobile and you race.
Mm-hmm.
But I just did the motion of sitting on a snowmobile and racing, like everyone could see me doing that. But anyway, it was just like an Xbox game, right? Yeah. And I was awful at it, and I wonder if it was because it was a hard game, or was because I was bad.
Was it with the Kinect?
Like a distinct. No, with an original Xbox 360.
Oh, so you just squatted in your living room?
No, I just sat on the couch.
Oh, I thought you were like actually straddling something.
Yeah, my wiener. No, okay. Yeah, and like I don't remember what game it was. It was for the Game Boy. I want to say Mario 3, but I doubt it was Mario 3. It was it was a Mario game that I had for the Game Boy Advance, and I could not get past the first fucking Koopa in the fucking first stage. I couldn't. I just fucking couldn't do it. On my fucking brother's yellow SpongeBob Game Boy, could not get past the first level. And I wonder if it was that hard of a game, or if I was just fucking stupid and I couldn't understand like how to play the game. I don't know. I assume it wasn't that hard, but
I have definitely found from in my entire childhood I played like the old, really old, like I played the original Mario, original Zelda. I played all of those.
Wow, that's a real game.
Listen,
you're a real gamer.
Listen,
Real gamer.
I'm going pro.
Covered
Right? FaZe hired me anyway to play Zelda for them, and so games have definitely gotten more linear over the years, and there's definitely like there used to be a more like figure it out on your own feel, and now it's more hey listen, go north 5 minutes and then you'll reach your destination.
I feel like yeah, but I don't think that was intentional because you could go back to like an Atari and say, man, back in those old days when there was not enough pixels on the screen to write text, man, there was so open world. When you like in Pong, you could go to Pong and it's like, man, I miss the days when you didn't have any instructions on how to play Pong.
Pong is a sandbox game.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. Or like the really like fucking the ET game. Man, it doesn't tell you what to do. It's so good. Like I feel like no, it's not always good in that case. But I
will admit though, honestly, like if you played the original Metal Gear for the NES,
no,
that game, it doesn't tell you anything. You like it doesn't tell you even that like the dogs you can't kill dogs at the first level. It doesn't tell you that you have to knock out people unconsciously. I had to play the first level probably 40 times until I figure out like okay, this is what you do. And every time you die, you have to redo everything from the beginning. And there's like waiting things. You have to wait for the right timings and stuff like that. And honestly, I prefer it when they tell me what to do.
Well, on the other hand, I feel like also games have gotten it's like they're so complicated now that there has to be instructions to do it. Because it's like, if you hit A-B-1, then you'll jump. But if you hit A-V or A-1-B, then you're going to like do a roll. So it's like, there has to be a more like linear track for you to follow. Because if there wasn't, you would get really, really lost really easily.
I don't think there has to be. I think that you could complain that that's not how it works. Like if you think about it, Minecraft, the controls in fucking Minecraft, they're pretty fucking simple, honestly.
Yeah.
It's walk around, WASD, and control the sprint. That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so you don't have to have it doesn't have to give you a tutorial. I feel like that could be a legitimate complaint. That games don't need to give you tutorials all the time.
Well, I'm not saying a tutorial. I'm saying that there's a storyline to it that you have to follow.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you think
like
you could get
levels?
through Skyrim if there was like it didn't tell you anything? Could you even start the game?
That's the thing. I would have no because it's necessary because there's more buttons to give you a more immersive experience. There needs to be more possible actions.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you played Skyrim with a fucking NES controller and you had 2 buttons and a D-pad, that's a NES controller, right? I'm not really an old gamer.
Do they
right?
Do they have bumpers on them? I'm not sure. I think they only have. Yeah, they only have 3. They only have 3. They have the 2 buttons and the D-pad. Right.
If that's what Skyrim had, it would be fucking awful. It'd be like, okay, I can walk around, I can swing, I can jump. I guess that's enough buttons. What about blocking? Well, I can't block. I guess there's only 3 buttons. Like the fact that there's instructions, instructions are like a medium for playing a game. And the first level, if there's no instructions, that first level, okay, let me just hit all the keys on my keyboard. Q, W, E, R. Oh, T is hit. Y, U, O. I is inventory. Something like that. That part kind of takes me out of the game. I'd rather have a pop-up that tells me something like the way Skyrim does it is good because it's just like it just shows it. It's not like obvious. It's just a little thing and like hold left shift to sprint or whatever.
That's exactly the point I've been making though. Is that games have gotten so much more complicated that now they need to have these like tooltips that show up to tell you what to do.
Are you complaining about that though?
No, I'm just saying that. Like,
okay.
That was
I
my.
agree with you. Yeah.
The one thing I noticed, or not I noticed, something I have a lot. Every time I pick up a new game, I just go and I just immediately look at the controls. Like if there isn't gonna be a tutorial, I just go look at the controls. So that's how I personally. But I don't go around and start testing shit. I just look at the controls, figure out what I'm doing. Like I picked up Dirty Bomb, but also another game. I'm gonna look at my Steam library real quick. I picked up like 2 games over the summer. I played like 20 minutes of each of them, and I was like, oh, Warface, that was it. Warface. I played 1 hour of it, and there was no tutorial or anything like that, or if there is, I just skipped it by accident. So I just looked at the controls, and I just kind of taught myself, and I feel like that's how games kind of should be. I mean, maybe you can give tutorial levels that are optional. But honestly, I hate tooltips so much. I hate them because
I think what you said was really odd, because what you just said, because that exact sentiment has been expressed by millions of people, but in an opposite direction. Most of the time, when people say, I want to be able to teach myself how to play a game," they mean by walking around
and figuring out
saying,
shit.
"Okay, yeah, I'm figuring out shit."
that.
When people say, "I want to be able to teach myself," they mean like, I don't want to have to look at the control menu.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get what you mean about no tooltip. Personally, I think that a little tooltip that tells me press B to open a door, or press E to pick up an item, I think that's okay. What I don't like is when characters have to say, like if someone in Skyrim said, "Press the left shift key to sprint over to me," I wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
But instead, I would rather have it be, "Quickly, run over here," and then in the corner of my screen it says, "Press left shift to sprint." I'd rather have that. That doesn't bother me.
I do see that a lot. Or a lot of first levels are teaching you the game. Like that's pretty much every game nowadays. Is the first level teaching you the game, right?
That's good.
Which I don't mind that, but I prefer I kind of 9 times out of 10 I know the game, so I don't really I prefer to skip that first level. So make the tutorial level optional, please, or don't tell me at all, because I can figure it out on my own.
Well, that's not.
I know that's not a popular belief, but I want it that way. So I thought.
Yeah. Okay.
Like CS:GO, there's literally not even a campaign in that game, right? So
well, that's.
you could just just hop in and you play. You could play the weapon course tutorial thing, but that's optional.
That's because CS:GO is for a very niche market. See, the market of CS:GO is not the people who are like, I'm gonna pick up CS:GO, maybe it'll be fun. It's mostly, obviously it's not the only people who play it, because I'm not very good at the game and I still play it. It's mostly for the people who are like, I'm going to play CS:GO, I'm going to be good at it. I'm gonna play competitive.
That would have been right about a year ago, probably. This year, like over the past year, so many people have been hopping on the CS:GO. It's insane. It's not insane. It's obscene how many YouTubers now do CS:GO, and so many people are just buying the game, that it's now the point of where it's like there are people who have no idea what they're doing, and are just brand freaking new.
Yeah, even after 70 hours, I still have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, at least you know how to shoot and walk around.
I think I have maybe 10 hours on the game, to tell you the truth. Yeah, 35 hours. I have even less of an idea what I'm doing. Fucking.
The number of times I've shot you, sometimes on purpose, or blown myself up with a grenade is a very high number.
Is it?
And I'm proud of it. See, I don't want to be addicted, or I don't want to dedicate myself to a game and be like, I am going to master CS:GO and no one is going to be better than me. And I don't want to put 900 hours into a game, because I feel like I get burnt out of games pretty easily.
You put over 2,000 into Minecraft, probably. Remember?
That's probably true.
Well,
but that's
Minecraft's a different situation.
Minecraft
I
is
get what Robbie's
sandbox,
saying.
and I don't think I could dedicate myself to a game like that, like you do, Owen.
The reason we
never
played.
do that.
Sorry.
No, go.
The reason we've played Minecraft for so long is not because we're like, man, I want to get good at the game. The reason that you've put, or that someone would put a bunch of hours into CS:GO is most likely because it's like, I need to teach myself to be better. The reason we put so many hours into Minecraft is because there's just stuff to do. I've played probably, you're right, 2,000 hours in Minecraft, something like that, something ridiculous. Fucking awful at it, man. I'm still shit. I'm building just because I know what blocks look good together, and I've seen other people build, and I can just kind of copy a sim. Oh, I've seen someone do this. Oh, Etho did this, or fucking whatever. I'll just do that. But it's not fucking Jesus Christ. I'm not really that good at the game. So there's a difference between playing it because it's fun and because you always come back to it, and playing it because it's like, I'm going to get good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't really play it to just get good. I do play it because it is fun. I love first-person shooter games. I always have. My first game that was a first-person shooter was Medal of Honor for the Wii, and I was shit at it. But back to your point.
Wait. The Wii has a violent game on it?
Yeah, it actually, it had Black Ops. I also played Black Ops on it. What is it called? But what happened was on it, you said before about how, I was shit at the game, right? You said like you should like the SpongeBob DS or whatever. I don't even know what you said.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's actually funny. I had a SpongeBob Game Boy Advance game.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so whatever. All right. So anyway, that's what happened with me with Medal of Honor. When I was like 7 years old and I played Medal of Honor, literally couldn't beat the entire campaign. 2 years later, I come back. I'm like 12, or I don't even know how much. What's 9 plus 2? And I come back and I start dominating. I'm like, okay, like I don't know, like coming back to games is A, nostalgic, and B, like satisfying. Like you just get good, man. You get good. Anyway.
That's a yeah. That's the thing with Skyrim. It's kind of nice coming back, but at the same time, and coming back, I don't know. I tend to not be so cynical about games. I tend to enjoy games for being games, and then that's it. Like, fucking, I was gonna say something earlier. I don't remember. Like with oh yeah, like I really like open world games. What Robbie said earlier, I think about games being really more linear now. I still am waiting for a game that's really open world that you can really do anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't mean that in the cynical way of, man, all these new games are so bad. I really wish there was just an open world game. Why can't they just make an open world game? Like, I like Skyrim. Skyrim's an awesome game. I think when I say open world game, I think, yeah, Skyrim. Skyrim is a great open world game. They hit the nail on the head. I wish they could have done some more things.
I think
oh,
sorry, go.
No, that's the end.
I think the one game that so far has like shown to be very open world and like extremely diverse is like GTA. GTA, I have never seen anyone get bored of GTA.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the other.
It's a huge map. That's a big thing. I'll give it.
The other thing that's funny about GTA is people complain about microtransactions all the time. That's one of people's favorite things to complain about, and with good reason. Like, there's certain YouTubers who the biggest complaint, the only time they'll really complain about games is microtransactions, and that's it. But I've never seen anyone like this. Maybe it's because I don't watch a lot of people play GTA, but this is not exaggeration. No one has ever complained about GTA has microtransactions in it. The only way you could possibly buy a yacht in GTA and get, was it like 8 million for a yacht? The only way you could possibly do that is through fucking buying the money. There's no other way.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone complain about it.
People are like, oh yeah, pay to win. You guys just have guns. Like, I don't know. That's one thing I've heard, but that's like, very scarce, probably.
I've seen like there's ways that people can do microtransactions right. CS:GO does microtransactions right because. And it has to, because if it didn't, it wouldn't be a competitive game. If you could buy the best gun in the game, then it wouldn't be a competitive game, right? It couldn't be.
I feel.
But you can buy skins, but
the skins don't make you better.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I've noticed so many games adopt the CS:GO like mindset of microtransactions, but being that it's skins and purely cosmetic. Cosmetic microtransactions have seen. Well, they're not unturned. What are the games? There's more games that they're in. There's gotta be.
Team Fortress, but that
TF2, yeah, I did that, but it's also a Valve game, so it's kind of loud.
Yeah.
Obviously, League has their skins for their champions. I mean, I'm sure freaking Duck Game has something. Rocket League has
Snapchat filters. Definitely
Snapchat filters. Favorite. You know, Borderlands 2 because people still play that.
So much.
I mean, everything, dude. Everything. Everything's got microtransactions for cosmetic stuff nowadays.
Putt. You can get those like $9.99. You can get that $9.99 putt skin that's like diamonds.
Right.
Really
yeah,
cool.
I love the diamond encrusted putt. You know, putt jungle adventure. That one's even better. Honestly, I can't think of anything better than a great day.
And have a great day, guys. Keep putt in your minds.
Thanks for watching.
Hearts. Most importantly, in your weenass. Thank you.